What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Friday, October 28th, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for the Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Fans of Toy Story will have to wait a little longer for the next installment in the movie series, as Pixar has pushed back its release date in favor of the release of a sequel to The Incredibles first. Pixar announced Wednesday it was shuffling its release schedule by swapping the planned dates for two highly anticipated movies. The Incredibles 2 will now be out in 2018, and Toy Story 4 won't be out until 2019. Last October, Disney announced its release schedule for the next several years, including on the list that Toy Story 4 will be out June 15, 2018, and The Incredibles will be hitting theaters on June 21st, 2019. Pixar decided to flip the planned dates, however, after accelerating the production schedule on The Incredibles 2, which is about a family of superheroes. Toy Story 4 was pushed back as a result of the other film's acceleration. However, slightly more is known about its plot, which is expected to focus on a love story between Woody and Bo Peep. The two movies are expected to be among the last sequels Pixar does for some time, aside from Cars 3, which is still due out in June 2017, because the company would like to focus on new original ideas rather than working to rehash and one-up its previous successes. Alden Ehrenreich was surprised but grateful to be cast as the new Han Solo. The 26-year-old actor said in the November issue of Interview that he's happy and excited to play a younger version of the character in Phil Lord and Christopher Miller's upcoming Star Wars spin-off. Ehrenreich said of his career trajectory, "I could have not predicted those things happening to me, but I'm just happy they come along." He also added, "It's surreal for sure. I think so many of the experiences that I've been lucky to have so far have been exactly that. It's been so surreal that at certain points you stop expecting them to feel real at all. It's always a little fantastical." Ehrenreich was confirmed as Han Solo in July after first being linked to the Star Wars spin-off in March. Kingsman star Taron Egerton and Transformers Age of Extinction actor Jack Drainer were among the other rumored contenders. Ehrenreich told Interview, "Whenever you hear somebody else is auditioning for something, you sort of assume they're going to get it. I don't find it very helpful to know who else is going up for this stuff. Generally," he says, "I'm just excited to be a part of the movies. It's always the particulars that are the most exciting. The idea of it is really exciting, but the most fun part of the job is the actual job you get to do, the character you get to play, the people that you work with, the day-to-day experience." Ehrenreich is known for the movies Tetro, Beautiful Creatures, and Hail Caesar. He will co-star in the Star Wars spin-off with Donald Glover, who told the Ellen DeGeneres Show on Wednesday that he's very honored to play Lando Calrissian. Meanwhile, Glover stopped by the Ellen DeGeneres Show Wednesday, where he commented on being cast as Star Wars character Lando Calrissian for the first time. The actor explained to DeGeneres about joining Star Wars, "It's really crazy, a series he has been a fan since childhood." He continued, "I don't know, I'm very honored. It's a very big deal." He also added, "It's not weird. You say it's crazy, but you kind of put it out there that you want to be in Star Wars. You put it out there that you want to be in Spider-Man, and both things happened." DeGeneres responded about how the 33-year-old is also set to appear in Marvel and Sony's Spider-Man Homecoming in an unspecific role. Glover, who mentioned that Lando was the first toy he had as a child, also shared how his parents reacted to the news. He says, "I told my dad immediately. He was like, 'Oh,' my mom was in the back. She was like, 'Don't mess it up. Don't mess this up, because Billy D, like, that's hers.'" Glover joined the Star Wars series as a younger version of Lando Calrissian, who was originally portrayed by Billy D. Williams in an upcoming Han Solo spin-off film alongside Alden Ehrenreich in the role Harrison Ford made famous. Glover is also known for his music career under the name Childish Gambino and for creating and starring in FX's Atlanta, which recently renewed for a second season. James McAvoy switches between different personalities and body types in the second trailer for director M. Night Shyamalan's latest thriller, Split. The clip released Wednesday features some of the 23 personalities that the demented Kevin, played by McAvoy, possesses as he abducts and torments a group of teenage girls. Things really start to get creepy once Kevin begins morphing his body to fit some of his personalities, and before long he is seen climbing walls as he chases down his captors within his lair. Kevin's psychiatrist, Dr. Fletcher, played by Betty Buckley, says an individual with multiple personalities can change their body chemistry with their thoughts. There's no limit to what he can become. Also starring Anya Taylor-Joy, Split is set to arrive in theaters January 20th. Bryan Fuller has exited his role as showrunner for CBS All Access' upcoming streaming series Star Trek Discovery. CBS Television Studios said in a statement, "We're extremely happy with the creative direction of Star Trek Discovery and the strong foundation that Bryan Fuller has helped us create from the series. Due to Bryan's other projects, he's no longer able to oversee the day-to-day of Star Trek, but he remains an executive producer and will continue to map out the story arc for the entire season." Alex Kurtzman, co-creator and executive producer, along with Fuller's producing partner and longtime collaborators Gretchen Berg and Aaron Harberts, will also continue to oversee the show with the existing writing and producing team. Bryan is a creative talent and passionate Star Trek fan who has helped us chart an exciting course for the series. We're all committed to seeing this vision through and look forward to premiering Star Trek Discovery this coming May 2017. Fuller is also working on Starz' new series, American Gods. His past credits include Hannibal, Pushing Daisies, Heroes, and Star Trek Voyager. No casting has been announced yet for the Star Trek Discovery. All episodes of the new sci-fi series will be available exclusively on CBS All Access, the network's digital subscription, video on demand, and live streaming service in the United States and on Netflix internationally. Upcoming sci-fi thriller God Particle, produced by J.J. Abrams, will reportedly be a part of the Cloverfield film universe. According to the Wrap, God Particle, which will releases in theaters February 24th, is the only second in a series of films Abrams and Paramount are quietly developing, which will tie to 2008's Cloverfield. Studio and Abrams are said to be wanting a Cloverfield tied-in film to release each year. God Particle will follow a team of astronauts as they make a terrifying discovery. It is directed by Jonas Olna from a script from Oren Ozell and stars David Oyelowo, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, Z Zhang, Elizabeth Debicki, Daniel Brawl, and Chris O'Dowd. Cloverfield, a found-footage thriller which features a monster destroying New York City, was followed up in March with the surprise reveal of 10 Cloverfield Lane, which was previously titled Valencia. A trailer for 10 Cloverfield Lane was released only 2 months before release. The project starred Mary Elizabeth Winstead as she attempts to flee John Goodman, who was keeping her captive inside his underground bunker due to an apparent attack on the outside world. Anna Kendrick appeared on Ellen to discuss her new book, her upcoming film Trolls, and her co-star Justin Timberlake. Kendrick joked to host Ellen DeGeneres, "Isn't he the worst?" DeGeneres said, "I was talking about this the other day with somebody. There's nothing he can't do." Kendrick replied, "If that was true, I saw him trying to fumble through figuring out social media when we were out on press tours. There was a point where I think someone had explained Instagram story to him. He was on the red carpet and I was like, the camera's facing the wrong way. I know you just had a kid, but you're immediately like the ultimate dad." Kendrick said that recording a song with Timberlake for the movie's soundtrack was a career highlight. She said he's very good at what he does. When it comes to music, he kind of knows what he's doing. Kendrick also talked about her new memoir, Scrappy Little Nobody, which is set to be released in November. Kendrick said to DeGeneres, "It's weird to see you're holding it. It was in my brain for so long." Trolls starring Kendrick and Timberlake hits theaters November 4th. In a related story, Justin Timberlake and Jimmy Fallon revived their Camp Winnie Pesquite sketch on The Tonight Show Wednesday when they performed Alanis Morissette's 1995 hit Ironic. The segment, which only again featured the pair as two curly-haired campers, started with Fallon asking Timberlake what he wanted to be for Halloween. The singer responded, "It's a TV character." After incorrect guesses from Steve Urkel or Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell, Fallon asked if it was Blossom. Timberlake yelled yes before launching into a whispered version of Ironic since it was lights out in the cabin. After dispatching of camp counselor Mr. Fletcher with water pistols, who arrived due to the noise, the duo admitted just how much they cared about each other before launching into a full-blown rendition of Ironic. Timberlake asked, "Hey Jimmy, best friends forever?" Fallon responded, "Best friends forever." Timberlake and Fallon originally kicked off this segment in 2013 when Fallon was still hosting Late Night. Past sketches have included the two performing Jumper by Third Eye Blind, Africa by Toto, and songs from Hootie and the Blowfish. Fox has announced that the 12th and final season of their hit series Bones is set to premiere January 3rd. Current showrunners Jonathan Collier and Michael Peterson said in a statement, "We love working on Bones and are so excited to bring our fans this final season." They continued by saying, "After 12 years on the air, it's an honor to be able to write the exciting and meaningful ending which the show deserves." Series creator Hart Hansen said, "From the very first episode, Bones was called a little engine that could, so we could not be prouder of ending up as Fox's longest-running scripted drama. And we got there because of an insanely loud, loyal, lovely, lively fans and audience." According to Deadline, Bones' 12-episode final season will debut in a new time slot Tuesdays at 9 p.m. The show originally planned to conclude this fall on the Thursday 9 p.m. slot, but was pushed back to make way for baseball's drama Pitch. Bones, which follows forensic anthropologist Dr. Temperance Bones Brennan, played by Emily Deschanel, and as FBI Special Agent Celie Booth, played by David Boreanaz, as they solve murder cases, first premiered on Fox starting in 2005. Netflix has ordered a second season of the period drama Frontier starring Jason Momoa ahead of the show's series premiere. While there is no date set for the Netflix premiere, the series is currently set to air November 6th on Discovery Canada. Momoa stars as Declan Harp, a charismatic and ruthless 18th century fur trader. The show also stars Landon Liberian, Alun Armstrong, Alan Hocko, Jessica Matten, Sean Doyle, and Zoe Boyle. Discovery Canada Vice President Ken McDonald says, "As we start to see this cinematic, well-cast, and meticulously produced series come to life, we knew we'd create a unique, immersive world and story that begged for expansion to a second season." Momoa also stars as Aquaman in the upcoming Justice League and Aquaman films. Stephen Yeun fans won't have to wait long before they can check out his next television project. Yeun wrapped up his 6th-season run as Glenn on AMC's zombie apocalypse series The Walking Dead Sunday, but his voice will soon be heard as the character Steve in Netflix's animated adventure Troll Hunters. Yeun told UPI at a recent roundtable interview with reporters at New York Comic-Con, they said, "Do you want to work with Guillermo del Toro?" And I said, "Yes." The 32-year-old actor went on to recall how when he was asked to read for the part, he immediately wondered, "How does he know who I am?" He also added, "And they go, he saw you in this episode of a pilot that didn't do anything called The Filthy Sexy Teens, where I played the most popular kid in school, and he's gay and he's Asian, but he's not gay, but he pretends that he is because it keeps him popular, but he's actually is straight." So it was this great conundrum, weird character, and Del Toro saw that, and he was like, "I need to cast him in Troll Hunters." They have nothing to do with each other, but it was fun. Yen described his animated alter ego as a school bully who doesn't look at all like him. He explained he's like a 6-foot-tall bully, and I'll be honest, when I walked in and they gave me the mock-up for the picture of what he's going to look like, tall, blonde-haired, waspy-looking guy, and I was like, I'm totally fired. But it's been cool. I get to play a bully that's a little bit of Jim's rival, and you'll see how he continues to change. I would say all the characters have layers, which is what is really interesting about this thing. This is not your average children's program. I think this is going to be one of those where everybody sits down and watches together. Troll Hunters also features the vocal talents of Ron Perlman, Kelsey Grammer, and the late Anton Yelchin. It is set to debut on Netflix on December 23rd. The cast of the hit freeform drama Pretty Little Liars shared photos from the last day of the show's set as film wrapped on the 7th and final season. The show centers around a group of friends from fictional Rosewood, Pennsylvania, who are locked in an ongoing battle with the ever-mysterious A, a villain determined to destroy their lives. The show is loosely based on the book series by Sarah Shepard and premiered in 2010. It was announced in August that the show will end after its 7th season. Film wrapped up on Wednesday, and the cast shared behind-the-scenes photos from the final day. Lucy Hale, who plays Ariel Montgomery, shared on Instagram along with a photo of the main cast laying in the grass with their heads together. "The day has come to say goodbye to my second home, a character that has helped me shape, and so many people who mean the world to me. Bittersweet feelings today, but so proud with what we've done." Ashley Benson, who plays Hannah Marin, shared another photo of the cast saying, "7 years later, the day has come to say goodbye." The series, which also stars Torian Belisario, Shay McDonald, Sasha Patrice, Keegan Allen, Ian Harding, and Tyler Blackburn, returns to Freeform in April for its final season. The British detective drama Sherlock, starring Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman, is to return with a fresh episode on New Year's Day. A Wednesday Facebook post featuring the latest trailer says, "It's not a game anymore, hashtag Sherlock Series 4 coming 1st January 2017. Another message revealed the first episode will be called The Six Thatchers. It includes a photo of a violin. The widely popular show is a contemporary take on the classic Victorian tales by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It airs on PBS in the United States and on the BBC in the United Kingdom." Stana Katic will return to television on the new series Absentia. The 38-year-old actress confirmed she's in talk for the AXN crime drama by retweeting news of her casting Wednesday. Deadline has reported Katic in its final negotiations for the show. AXN, a studio Sony Pictures television channel, has greenlit an initial 10 episodes and will begin production in early 2017. Absentia centers on an FBI agent played by Katic who disappears while hunting a serial killer and is declared dead. The character is found 6 years later with no memory of the interim and is implicated in a new series of murders when she returns home. South Beach creator Max Cirkelnick wrote and will executive produce the series, with Alden Ruskin as director. Ruskin will also produce with Maria Feldman of Mashup Productions, which is producing the drama. Sony Pictures Television Network Programming and Production Executive Vice President Marie Jacobson said in a statement, "Absentia is the perfect blend of crime, thriller, and character-driven drama for the ANX audience." She also added, "With a strong lead, Matt's writing, and Odin's direction, we have a signature series packed with suspense, surprise, and emotional turns that feel distinctly AXN and has great global potential." Katic is best known for playing Kate Beckett on Castle, which was abruptly canceled in May following the news the actress would depart after season 8. Co-star Nathan Fillion told the New York Post this month that the show's finale wasn't as beautiful as he hoped. The View co-host Raven-Symone announced Thursday she is leaving the daytime chat show at the end of this year to work on a sequel series to her family sitcom, That's So Raven. Raven-Symone exclaimed, "I'm very excited." In addition to reprising her role of Raven Baxter, now the single mother of 2 children, she will also serve as executive producer of the new series. She says it is unclear which other stars from the original That's So Raven might return for the follow-up. The show initially ran from 2003 to 2007. Sisters Gigi and Bella Hadid have landed their next big modeling gig. The 21-year-old and 20-year-old siblings announced Wednesday that they will both walk the runway at the 2016 Victoria's Secret fashion show in Paris. She wrote to her 24.5 million Instagram followers, "There's no feeling in the world like walking down this runway. I'm elated to say I'll be running and returning to the at Victoria's Secret fashion show this year." Bella added, "Thank you at Ed Raz for putting on the greatest show that has been one of my greatest motivators since I was a teenager fan of the Angels, and for making this dream come true for me again. I'll be forever an honor. Can't wait to join the surreally beautiful and inspiring women that are the hashtag VSFS 2016 lineup." Victoria's Secret posted a video the same day of Bella's audition for the show. The model later told her 7.1 million viewers that there is no better feeling than to be confirmed for the annual event. She wrote, "I can't believe it. What a dream come true. I feel so appreciative and excited. Thank you for this opportunity to walk next to some of the most inspiring and incredible women in the world." Kristen Stewart and St. Vincent went public with their relationship Wednesday in Los Angeles. The 26-year-old actress and 34-year-old singer, real name Annie Clark, made their first official appearance as a couple at the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fun Show and Tea at the Chateau Marmont. Stewart, who wore a black blazer and houndstooth pants, and St. Vincent, who donned a cropped jacket and black pants, were casually affectionate inside the event. The pair posted for photos together after the show. Emma Stone, Katy Perry, Demi Moore, and January Jones were among the other stars in attendance. The event showcased designers in the running for the 2016 CFDA Fashion Fun Award, including Adam Selman and Aria. Stewart and St. Vincent were first linked in early October after attending the New York Film Festival premiere of Certain Women. The pair have been spotted at the Ellie Women in Hollywood Awards. Sources told People magazine they have spent almost every day together since Kristen brought St. Vincent to her premiere on October 3rd. Stewart previously dated her Twilight co-star Robert Pattinson and her former personal assistant Alicia Cargyle. The actress defended her openness about her sexuality in the November issue of Ellie. She asserted, "I'm not ashamed and I'm not confused. Things have changed, and not just with me. We're really allowed to encourage this new acceptance to develop and be awesome." Miley Cyrus showed off her engagement ring Thursday after months of speculation about the diamond sparkler. The 23-year-old singer, who was engaged to actor Liam Hemsworth, admitted on the Ellen DeGeneres show that the 3.5-carat Neil Lane ring isn't really her aesthetic. Cyrus says, it's very weird because this is like real jewelry, and most of my jewelry is made out of like gummy bears and cotton candy, and they don't look that good together because they're kind of mixed up. She also added, sometimes I replace it with an actual like unicorn or Looney Tunes character, and he's kind of like, what's going on? It's like, well, this isn't really my aesthetic, but I'll wear it because you love me. E! News previously reported that Hemsworth has helped design the custom cushion-cut diamond ring. Source said Cyrus also had a hand in the design because she didn't want anything classic or generic. She says the ring is special because, an insider says that the ring is special because Miley and Liam worked on it together. Miley specifically wanted it set in gold. She didn't want platinum. She liked the gold because it was different and unique like her. Cyrus and Hemsworth initially got engaged in 2012 but split the next year. The couple appeared to reconcile in January, and Cyrus has been spotted wearing her ring several times since. The concierge for Kim Kardashian's hotel in Paris has revealed details from the night the star was robbed, saying that thieves weren't originally there for jewelry. Abdurraham, who would only give his first name for security reasons, told Entertainment Tonight that the robbers were looking for Kardashian's money before eventually making off with millions in jewelry. Abdurraham told E.T. he was handcuffed and taken up to the first floor room where the reality star was staying. He says Kardashian was on the bed when they entered the room. He says when she saw police, because they were dressed like police, she didn't understand for a few seconds. He said the language barrier made it difficult for Kardashian to understand the thieves' demand, as the men were speaking in French. He said Kardashian, believing the men were there for her ring, showed her hand, which did not have the ring on it. Abdurraham says, and the guy is like, where's the ring? At the moment she gave him her ring, it was on the table close to the floor. She gave her ring to the guy, and he put it in his pocket. Abdurraham says one of the men demanded, where's the money, money, money? He didn't stop asking for money. He said he had to tell them that Kim didn't have much cash with her. At that point, he says one of the robbers asked for more jewelry. Kim then handed him a jewelry box. Kardashian, who has yet to make a public statement about the attack, is taking some much-needed time off after the incident, according to her personal assistant. Olympic swimmer and gold medalist Michael Phelps and fiancée Nicole Johnson have been married since June, tying the knot in a secret ceremony in Arizona. TMZ uncovered the marriage license, which showed the couple were married on June 13th, 2 months before Phelps would dominate the Summer Olympics in Rio. The ceremony was officiated by Phelps' agent and friend Peter Carlisle. The couple has kept mum about their big news, though Johnson posted a picture to Instagram of the couple's big day. She says, such a memorable night with my little fam bam. She captioned the photo, which included baby Boomer, who was born in May. Mariah Carey and James Packer have reportedly called off their engagement. The 46-year-old American singer and 49-year-old Australian businessman split due to tensions over the singer's forthcoming reality show Mariah's World and extravagant spending, according to Women's Day. A source told the Australian magazine It's All Over James had huge reservations about Mariah's new TV show and the fact that she was willing to expose their lives to the world. Another insider added James is very generous financially, but Mariah takes it to the next level. When she refused to come to Australia for his sister Gretel's birthday party, it created a lot of tension in the family. Sources told TMZ that Packer hated Carey's show from the get-go and that it became a major source of conflict in the couple's relationship. The website said, however, that the door is not completely shut for the pair yet. Packer was noticeably absent from the Halloween party Carey hosted over the weekend. Her ex-husband Nick Cannon and their twin children were among the guests, and E! News reports Carey told Cannon about the breakup. A source said they have not discussed it at length. Carey, who split from Cannon in 2014 after 6 years of marriage, got engaged to Packer in January. The singer told E! News at the time that she was feeling fantastic and looking forward to the wedding. She said, if everything works out, it will be somewhat soon. I've done a big wedding. We'll rather make it beautiful but humble. Charlie Daniels, Randy Travis, Ricky Skaggs, Roy Clark, Clint Black, Jason Aldean, and Jennifer Nettles are to take the stage at Wednesday's 50th anniversary of the Country Music Awards ceremony. Also confirmed to perform at the star-studded event are Martina McBride, Thomas Rhett, Chris Stapleton, Ellie King, Pentatonics, and Dwight Yoakam. The artists joined previously announced performers Alabama, Kelsa Ballerini, Dierks Bentley, Garth Brooks with Trisha Yearwood, Brooks and Dunn's, Luke Bryan, Eric Church, Florida Georgia Line, Vince Gill, Alan Jackson, Miranda Lambert, Little Big Town, Tim McGraw, Mary Morris, Casey Musgraves, Brad Paisley, Charlie Pride, Reba, George Strait, Carrie Underwood, and Keith Urban. Sarah Traherne, the CMA Chief Executive Officer, said in a statement, "This is a celebration of country music, both contemporary and the classics, that is certainly to resonate music fans. The 50th annual CMA Awards will certainly reflect our history, but it is equally important to recognize our current nominees and the hits of today. Brad Paisley and Carrie Underwood are hosting the gala, which will be broadcast live from the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville on ABC. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1961, Chuck Berry goes on trial for the second time. The second so-called Apache trial begins for rock and roller Chuck Berry. Although his early convictions, transporting a minor from across state lines for immoral purposes in violation of the Mann Act, was thrown out of appeal, the prosecution decided to retry Berry. Chuck Berry was one of the biggest pop stars of the late 50s when he began to have legal problems. While charges in yet another Mann Act violation were pending, which were dismissed in 1960, Berry met Janice Escalante, a Native American with roots in the Apache tribe, in a barn near El Paso, Texas. According to Berry, who took the young woman on the road with his traveling rock show, Escalante claims to be 21 years old. After there was a falling out between the two, Escalante complained about Berry to the authorities. During his second trial, Berry was convicted and sentenced to 3 years in prison. After a short stretch in Leavenworth Federal Prison, he was transferred to Missouri jail, where he spent his time studying accounting and writing songs. Among the songs he wrote before his release from prison in October 1963 were No Particular Place to Go and You Never Can Tell C'est La Vie, later memorialized in the film Pulp Fiction. And as your entertainment report for Friday, October 28th, 2016, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Everyone have a great weekend, good night, and God bless you all.